Showbiz Shelly hanging out here with Kerri Kasem. Hey.
Hi.
A lot of people, I think, know your dad.
They do. Kerri Kasem.
Kerri Kasem. Yes, huge deal, especially to radio.
Yeah.
So tell me first, your experience. Did you understand what Dad was doing when...
This is funny.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get how big my dad was in
Yeah.
the 80s and the 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I didn't really understand it. I grew up in Beverly Hills. Everybody's parents were, they're rich or famous or whatever. Nobody cared, right?
Right.
So when I realized that my dad had such an impact on people was he came to my classroom one time and he brought flip books to show you how cartoons were made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he gave all the kids a flip book, and then he started doing his voices. And, a lot of people don't know that he was Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
So when he started doing Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, the class lost it. They're like, oh
Freaked
your
out.
dad's Shaggy.
Yeah.
Your dad's Shaggy. And then I'm like, it was very cool. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
But then as I got older, of course, it was the countdown. He created the American Top 40 countdown, the countdown that's used for now every format.
Yeah.
So that was, really, I think, something he was so proud of. Yeah.
And so as you realized then finally who your dad was, did you realize at one point, like, I want to do that. I want to do what Dad does?
I always wanted to be in showbiz. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to do that. My dad one time said to me, he said, Kerri, you should try voiceovers. And I looked at him like he was crazy. I'm like, the radio, nobody can see you on the radio, Dad.
Right.
I really,
Right.
And then when I started I started hosting, and then I started doing radio, and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And mostly talk radio, which is funny. Most of my career since '97 has been talk radio. With 5 years, I did a show that did include music, and it was rock and roll music, but mostly talk as well. But so I followed in his footsteps, just a little bit different.
My first experience with your dad was actually watching Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yeah.
When he appeared on there a couple times, I was like, who's this guy? He seems cool. And that was sort of my first experience with him. So did you watch him when he was on?
I did. I watched it. Everybody, still to this day.
Me too.
Oh, they reran it. I saw your dad.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. Yeah. Very cool. So I did. I've been in radio since 1997. I've had, syndicated radio shows. I've lived in Singapore and done radio out there. So it was really in my blood. So, I love it. And usually I'm the one doing the interviews.
Yeah.
And so, it's very funny being interviewed for something. I come here every year and I'm interviewing.
Yeah.
So, but, I'm really proud of my dad. I think I thought it was really nice of them to ask me, to talk and especially at a top 40 in pop stations.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And do you miss him at all?
I miss him every day.
Yeah.
And every single day of my life. But I created a foundation. It's called Kasem Cares. So if you suspect, anybody your neighbors, your parents, anybody that of elder abuse, anybody that might be isolated or blocked, somebody that you love that you can't see or you're having a hard time seeing, our foundation helps. And it's Kasem Cares. Go to kasemcares.org. And we really, that's my life's mission, is to help that. And we've passed bills in several states now.
Well, that's great.
I've gone into politics.
Look at you.
I know.
Great.
So it's amazing. So my dad has really had such a major influence in my life.
That's so great, because I know a lot of that stuff was in the news coming out about what happened when he was there and everything, and so for you to turn it into such a positive, that's great.
That's great. So many people across the country went through what I went through, and I went public with it, and I can't tell you thousands of letters saying I can't see my dad.
Yeah.
My stepmom's not letting me, my mom's not letting me, my sister's not letting me, or a caretaker's not letting me. I can't tell you how many people are being blocked from their dying parents. It's sickening.
It's heartbreaking.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So we're, state by state trying to fix that.
Yeah. Well, good for you,
Thank
Kerri.
you.
So great to talk
Nice
to
to
you.
meet
Yes,
you.
and so nice to meet you, and enjoy this weekend at
Thank
the
you.
AMAs.
I'm excited.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.